Takeoff. Unfortunate fatal shooting, and he passed away 28 years old in Houston. But the reason why I'm doing this video is to give a lesson. Actually, I don't want to give a lesson, but just to talk about some things. Right? Shakur, supposedly a few seconds before the fatal shooting, Shakur was right next to Takeoff. And Takeoff is a part of that group, Migos. And so supposedly Takeoff was chilling with Quavo, and they were having a disagreement or whatever about something. And but the shooting supposedly, allegedly, is in regards to a dice game. Now, this is the thing that I wanted to stress on. Takeoff is a multi-million-dollar rapper. The Migos in general, multi-million-dollar rappers. Shakur Stevenson, multi-million-dollar boxer, right? But they're still doing the same stuff that they were doing when they were on the come up. And I know it's difficult because these are young people, but I mean, man, think about it for a sec, right? You're making millions and you're still getting into situations off of dice games, or bad associations. Bad associations. You know when they said birds of a feather flock together, right? Bad associations. So Shakur, look, I remember right after the Oscar Valdez fight, Shakur, his family went buck wild, having this big old brawl and everything like that right after the fight. He runs off the stage and he's having to do whatever, well, he felt like he needed to do whatever he needed to do to protect his family or whatnot. Bad associations. And people say, well, man, that's your family. Bad associations. You got to learn when to snip. You got to learn to say, all right, look, man, for my livelihood, in order for me to provide for the family, I got to stay away from y'all. I got to stay away from bad associations, bad folks. Birds of a feather flock together. I got to stay away from the bad birds. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing that Shakur just got to learn. And everybody needs to learn that. At some point, you got to say, all right, look, for my peace, I can still provide financial support for people that are in need, but me personally, I got to stay away from that in order for me and my family to be okay. All right? And that's just something that Shakur just hasn't learned yet. Like, you can't be associated with folks that's talking about killing, drug dealing, and all that type of stuff in their music and not think that that's going to translate into real life. Bro, if you talking about drug dealing and you're not in the hood, like you're not doing anything like that, why are you still talking about drug dealing, killing, murdering? At some point that stuff's going to come back to you. The more that you start talking about it, sipping lean and doing drugs, selling drugs, shooting people, having shootouts, what do you think's going to come to you? You keep talking about that yeah, you might have made some money, but bruh, after a while, it's going to come back to you. Shakur, listen to me. If you're associating with people that's talking about drug dealing, shooting folks, killing folks, that's going to come to you. So get out of that. If your family is listening to that stuff, digesting that type of content over and over again, it's going to come to you. Like right now, me, I do this content, this boxing content, broadcasting, boxing content. Why? Because I want to be in that light eventually. I want to be at the top level of this sport when it comes to broadcasting and promotion. So I'm speaking that into existence. I'm trying to but I only bring fighters that are wanting to fight at the top level and that they want to be the best. I want excellence around me. I don't have nobody that I'm associated with that's not trying to be about excellence. And excellence is not making a lot of money. Excellence is also excellent character, right? Just excellent work ethic and providing value to others in a positive light. I'm not about no just being around top level boxers that have bad work ethic or have bad morals. You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. So that's what he's got to learn, man. You got to learn that. And I know he's young, but I'm just giving that out to you just to, hopefully this message gets to him just to be like, look, hopefully this is a wake up call. You got to stay away from your family. You got to stay away from so-called friends, that are involved in a lot of illicit activity. And even if they're not, even if they're just rapping about it, and bro, they're saying it over and over again. It's going to come back to them. Every last one of these rappers, I'm surprised that and here's another thing with these rappers. If you're talking about all this stuff, that you're shooting this, you selling these drugs here, you doing all this stuff, and you're not, and all of them are not locked up, then what does that tell you? These rappers, they're being used to keep the community in that type of state of mind, of negativity, drug dealing. So if they're not drug dealing and they're not shooting people, they're not killing people, it's not about talking about their environment no more, man. It's about, this is a way to keep people in a low state, to keep a demographic in a low state. That's just what it is, And I'm just being honest with you. Shakur, stay away from these people because they don't mean you nothing but harm. And you got a very, very good career ahead of you. And I wish you the best. I wish you a lot of success and also peace, right? Because it seems like a lot of people like you. A lot of people like being around you. And you're a star, bro. And because you're a star, you got a lot of light. So people are going to be drawn to you. Stay away from the bad birds, bro. So that's all I got. I hope that y'all have a great day. This is not no ramble. This is just giving you some things that I had to learn also. Stay away from bad birds. So that being said, as always, peace, one love. We out of here.